must take profits, because if you don't take profits, you don't make any money. Now, there's nothing wrong with stacking Bitcoin and Ethereum for the long term, but in my opinion, if you're trying to milk this cycle to maybe quit your job, you need to touch phase 3, large caps, and you need to touch phase 4, the absolute dog shit of meme coins. That's just reality. My portfolio at the current time of recording, guys, is $900,000 in profit. And I know I'll maybe clickbait you a little bit by saying it's $1 million in profit, but it's getting fucking close. And I'm having a lot of discussions with guys, and we're going to do a video later on with another guy. And it's getting to the point where I'm thinking, hey, is it time to sell, or should we keep holding on? Because there's two options to that. Number one is I want to make more money. I had the goal of $5 million. But number two is, do I want to write this all the way back down like I did in 2021 and completely waste 4 years of my life, let alone all this hard money? Because in 2022, I built this up from pretty much nothing. Now, there's three kind of things I want to talk about before we get in this video, and before we discuss any of those shiny little coins that you guys all want to hear. And it's 3 points that I think that will make you a successful bull run or completely waste your bull run. Number one, it is 100% possible to make millions and completely change your life. Number two, crypto is an exploding industry that gives us exploding growth. Like, what I mean by that is you do not get returns like this anywhere else. You don't get it in stocks, you don't get it in real estate, you don't get it in anything else. But obviously, high risk, high reward. And number three is a lot of millionaires have already been created. And there's a problem with that, because you might look at coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and again, this is not going to be like an edited video where I can share my screen, but I'll just give you a quick comparison. Most of my portfolio, and this might piss you off because most of my portfolio is made up of Bitcoin and Ethereum. H-bar is a big position, but a lot of you guys didn't want to hear about that when I was bashing on about it in 2022 and 2023. Because it did fucking nothing. But just for quick context and facts, my Bitcoin position is 342,000 in profit. The problem is, you might think, okay, well, I'll just buy Bitcoin. The problem is Bitcoin's $98,000. It touched 103K the other day. Bitcoin is not going to create a millionaire unless you have high six figures to invest. So for most of you guys watching this channel, I would ignore Bitcoin. And that really fucking pains me to say that, because this whole thing started because of Bitcoin. And the fact that I'm saying to ignore Bitcoin kind of takes away what we believe in. But if you're here to make money, you're not going to make any money in Bitcoin. Ethereum is my third largest bag, and it's 181K in profit. Problem with Ethereum is it's pumped recently, last week or so. It's at $4,000 right now. I expect Ethereum to maybe go 8-9K. Some people are saying 10 to 15. That's when it gets a little bit frothy, and that's when we might lose money by holding it all the way down. My second biggest bag is the one that most of you guys sold out of, or maybe you didn't take advantage, and it was hard to hold this one, which is H-bar. It's 250 grand in profit. I think H-bar out of these three coins, it gives you the most highest return, but there's a little bit of risk there, to be honest. And then it's stuff like Gala and Quant, Brett, Tars AI, Solana. And I've got some other meme coins that I don't really want to get into right now, but I'll probably get into them later. So I want to make something clear. If you're looking at Solana, okay, and you invested in this back in 2022, you could have bought Solana at $8 to $10. Okay, and that might piss you off right now, and it pissed me off right now, because I can't buy Solana expecting to be a millionaire, because Solana's $230 a coin. You would have to put in probably 300 grand if you're looking at 3x on this to be a millionaire. It's a lot of money. Probably most of us watching this video don't have 300 grand just as the second one altcoin, right? But if you invested, and this is scary to see this, if you invested $10,000 at $8, that would have netted you $289,000. And I think by 2025 peak run on this coin, that will net you $1 million. Okay, let's talk about another coin, Caspa. Early investors in Caspa, you probably should take profits if you got super early. You could have bought this at 0.006 cents in 2022. You know what's crazy? Before I even give you the numbers here, 2 years ago, it's not that long ago. I can remember where I was doing it 2 years ago. I was struggling. I was trying to get back in the game after losing everything to Celsius in the bull run or the bear market. So if you put $3,500, listen to this, in 2022, at the average price of less than a penny, $3,500, you'd be over $1 million right now. Now, I'm not saying Caspa is a bad buy at 18 cents. What I am saying is it's went so fucking high. Is there much left on the table? That's what you need to understand when you're building your portfolio. And I can pull up 50, 100 coins, pretty much showing the same results, but that's not really going to give you any results because these millionaire trades have already happened. So we need to find the next coins, because the biggest problem we have is we don't have a time machine to go back and press that buy button. If we were to look at the cycle since 2017, it's pretty obvious. In 2017, there was a massive bull cycle. In 2021, we had the second run. That's where a lot of us made a bunch of money, but unfortunately for some of us, that was our first bull run. and we actually lost all the money. But there's a thing with that. When you lose a bunch of money, you have two outcomes. You can either not get involved again, or you can say, okay, well, I've seen the money on paper. I lost all the money, so I'll take the lessons I've learned and go again. Some people, unfortunately, didn't actually buy until recently, right? So again, there's no money left on these bigger altcoins. So 2025 is what we're expecting for the next bull run. Of course, we had the 2013 bull run, but I don't want to get into that too much. That was when Bitcoin was like 8 cents, and it's just hard to kind of look at the chart on that. But here's some facts for you. If you invested in Bitcoin, the 2015 bear market to 2017, on Bitcoin alone, that netted you 8,900%. If you looked at 2019 to 2021, you had a 1,500%. And so far, 2023 to 2024, of course, will be much higher in 2025. That's 418%. And what you might be thinking is, this is just on Bitcoin, remember, guys, the gains are being significantly lower, meaning the millionaire play for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of these big caps like Solana, even XRP, even ADA right now, it's harder to make $1 million because the market caps are so higher, right? So this is where we need to play catch up with our altcoins. Now, again, if you're invested in just altcoins and speculative altcoins, you'll make a bunch of money, but you have to have some safe plays along the way. So path to alt season, everybody always talks about this, but this is so true, and it's playing out perfectly right now. You have phase one, which is Bitcoin. The flow of money starts going in Bitcoin, and we get past the previous all-time high. Again, we're way past that right now. And then money flows to Ethereum. That's what we're seeing right now. Ethereum just went up, I think, $1,000 in the last 3 to 4 weeks. It was lagging, but guess what? That money of Bitcoin is now going to Ethereum. And phase 3 is where we make a lot of money and where we can really do a lot of damage, where we can still be in safe plays, like the solid AI picks, the solid gaming picks, the solid deep in picks, the solid RWA picks. And then you get phase 4, which is the mania phase, which is pure alt season. Memes are everywhere. Everybody is super excited about cryptocurrency. So when you come to the game, and if you have $10,000, $5,000, $1,000, like most investors have, first of all, it's a great game to play. You have to know what you're playing for, because again, if you're playing with $1 million play, like I'm always $1 million in profit, you can't play it with Bitcoin and Ethereum anymore. Okay? Those times are unfortunately gone. Now, there's nothing wrong with stacking Bitcoin and Ethereum for the long term. I think Bitcoin is primed to go up forever. But in my opinion, if you're trying to milk this cycle to maybe quit your job, you need to touch phase 3, large caps, and you need to touch phase 4, the absolute dog shit of meme coins. That's just reality. Now, what I want to talk about is Dogecoin. Dogecoin, in the last month or so, is starting to run. If you know Dogecoin's history in 2021, this is where really memes started to get a lot of hype and market cap. And because we can see retail now coming back in Dogecoin, this is a great sign for maybe Q1 2025, because that shows to me, with Dogecoin starting to move, that the speculative, the Jeffrey kind of players are starting to get back in the game. And this is great because this money will start to roll over. And again, if we're playing this for 1 year out, there's a lot of money to be made. Now, again, I'm not telling you to buy Dogecoin. The market cap right now is $66 billion and the price is 45 cents. It might go $1, it might go $2, it might go $3. But again, you got $1,000, you got $5,000, you're trying to be a millionaire. You do the maths. You're not going to be able to milk it out of Dogecoin. So if you look at since early November, we can see that on the chart, that Dogecoin is pretty much quadrupled. And this gives us early signs and great signs that 2025 and the first quarter, second quarter is going to be astronomical in terms of gains. Also, you can look at the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And what's interesting about this is we're now above 2021's all-time high. What I mean by that is every single altcoin, bar from Ethereum, and obviously Bitcoin's not an altcoin, the market cap is higher than the peak 2021. Okay, that's about 1.1 trillion. The last bull market peak was maybe 1.05 trillion. So we've just skipped past that. And that gives us great news and confirming that this bull market is well and truly here. Plus, another chart, the Bitcoin dominance chart is going down. And you might be thinking, why is it good that Bitcoin dominance is going down? What that really means is phase 1 and phase 2 is starting to happen. So all this money come out of Bitcoin, the dominance is going down, but it's not leaving the cryptocurrency market. What is basically happening is it's going into our altcoins, e.g. these smaller market caps that we can get in today, e.g. last week, e.g. a month ago, we should have been in 2 years ago. Regardless, this money is starting to trickle down. And also, without getting too complicated here, brother, the USD dominance chart is falling week by week. Right now, the USD dominance chart is around 3.9% to 4.5%, give or take us. And what this means is the dollar value is getting weaker. Okay, that's bad if you've got cash in the bank, but it's great because all this money is now getting weaker against dominance, against USDT and USDC and pretty much the dollar, and it's coming into cryptocurrency. So it's very, very important you understand that and what this can do for you. I'll just give you a quick example. I plan to take fully out the bag profits at 2.6%. Again, common trading view, just type in market cap dominance and the percent sign. And what you'll look for is peak targets for me is 2.6%. And once we get close to that number, it's like what we can do now is we don't have to look at selling Dogecoin at $2, $3. We don't have to look at selling HBAR at $1, $2. We don't have to look at selling XRP at $5, $10. We can just come on this chart and go, okay, we're at 2.9%. That's when we should take profits. At least for me, I think that's way better than sitting on trying to sell Bitcoin at 200K, Ethereum at 10K, because whole numbers are great, but that's one of the things that got me wrecked in 2021. If I just had this chart, it would have saved me a bunch of money. So there's two things to really sum up this video that I think makes this cycle very different from the last bull runs. And this is different in terms of a good way, not a bad way. Number one, BlackRock. They like BTC and hold a huge supply of Bitcoin. And also they like altcoins. Okay. One of the biggest asset managers in cryptocurrency is in cryptocurrency. Number two, the Trump election. His plans, and we went to the Nashville event, we've seen all his great plans to fire Gary Gensler, and hold a huge amount of Bitcoin supply. What this is going to do, by the time he's in office, I think it's January, this is going to send probably our Bitcoin price targets much higher. I think my Bitcoin price target is 130, kind of looking at 130, 160. A lot of people are saying 200, but again, I'm just being conservative somewhat. I don't want to do what I did in 2021. But regardless of that, that is where Bitcoin can hit a huge bull run. And then the money will rotate to our altcoins, which should give us more returns for this peak 2025 cycle. So to sum this video up, here's 5 ways how you can make $1 million in cryptocurrency profit in the next year. Now, again, without giving you names of coins, because obviously that's what you would like to do. We'll do that in future videos. But if I can be really condensed with you guys, it just comes down to 5 facts. This is exactly how I built my cryptocurrency portfolio to 1.2 million, $900,000 in profit. And I really plan to make 3 to 5 million by peak bull run. Is number one, you have to follow the space regularly, whether that's watching YouTube videos like this, whether that's going down Twitter forums, whether that's even going down Reddit forums. You have to be in the space. You're not just going to put 1 or 2 hours in anything. And that goes for anything in life, right? You don't put 1 or 2 hours in the gym and you build massive biceps. You have to follow the space regularly and you have to dibble down on the knowledge part. And if that's saying goodbye to the wife at the weekend, we're not going to a shitty Tenerife holiday on Ryanair. And if that's saying goodbye to your mates, we're not going to drink on Saturday, Sunday. It's a lonely game, but once you exit this bull run with that $1 million or 500K, even a couple $100,000, you can do all that after. You have to be locked in. Number 2 is you should always increase your main bags to stack with your income. If that's Bitcoin and Ethereum, great. Again, this is not a hate video against Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I'm just saying for the small investor, if your goals are generally 500K to $1 million in profit, it's probably not going to happen. But again, that could be just stacking Sui, stacking Solana, stacking some meme coins you like. But the main problem is a lot of people is they don't have any active income. That could be because of a couple of reasons. And it just mainly comes down for my biggest reason was I was spending too much money. I was going out on the weekend. My rent was maybe too high. I had this car bill. If you can get rid of all that stuff and funnel that in cryptocurrency just for 1 year, bro, it's not going to change your life. It'll change your life in a good way by 2025. Number 3, if you're buying low cap coins, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's where most of the money is made. You must take profits. If that is your initial investment on a first big pump, that's great. If that's scaling out 20, 30% out of 5 to 10x and then you let the rest run, that's fantastic. Because if you don't take profits, you don't make any money. It's hard to press that sell button. It's super hard because you want more. But most altcoins after this bull market, this cycle, they won't come back to life. Some go down 99% and they never come back. The strong altcoins like Solana's, the XRPs, and even the HBAR, they come back. But wouldn't you rather sell at near tops or close to those tops as possible while being reasonable and then buy back in again for the next bull run? Much better strategy because cryptocurrency doesn't end. Number 4 is, what's your plan? Are you playing for this cycle or are you stacking for the long term? And number 5, it's your fault if you make or lose money. You are the one responsible for pressing that buy and sell button. And that's it. Goodbye.